Well, France's far-right presidential hopeful Marine Le Pen has met Russia's president at the Kremlin. Vladimir Putin told her he did not want to influence events in the run-up to the election, which starts next month. And the National Front leader told him if she were to win, she would consider lifting the European Union's economic sanctions imposed on Russia over its role in the Ukraine conflict. Well, let's get more on this story then and how it's been received in France. Pierre Husky, who is the co-founder of the news website Rue89.com, joins me now. First of all, Pierre, Marine Le Pen, as a presidential candidate, has met the Russian president. How unusual is that?
Well, for her, it's quite, the trip to Moscow is not unusual. What is unusual is that in this election context, she's received by Vladimir Putin. She has a problem is that her rivals like Emmanuel Macron can be seen with Angela Merkel or Theresa May without any difficulty. She cannot meet any of the European leaders who would not meet her. She's only met as heads of state, the head of state of Lebanon and of Chad. So meeting Vladimir Putin is a way for her to show that she is presidential, that she can talk directly to some of the most powerful people on this land.
But is it a wise meeting given some of the accusations that have been levelled at Russia over its alleged interference in US elections? There's a lot of fear about that in Europe, even some conspiracy theories and rumours that Russia is supporting the far right.
My feeling is that with her supporters, it's going to go very well because she can show that she is anti-system. She's a rebel, and she can go and meet the outcast of this world, the top incarnation of the evil empire, Vladimir Putin. And that certainly goes well with her supporters. It doesn't go well, obviously, with many mainstream voters in France who are sensitive to the accusations about Russia meddling with US or European elections, or the case of Ukraine. So it's a mixed issue, but at the moment, I think the bonus for her is with her supporters, and that's what matters at this stage in the campaign.
It may play well with her supporters, but doesn't Marine Le Pen need to expand her base in order to try and do well in this election, even potentially win?
The paradox is that by doing so, she's proving that she is a world-class leader. That's what she wants to show, that she can go and meet Vladimir Putin in the Kremlin, and she takes international affairs seriously, that she can discuss Islamic terrorism, she can discuss the fate of Africa. That's what she claimed afterwards, and has positions that go against some of her rivals, particularly Emmanuel Macron, who will be described during this campaign as a globalist who is favorable to international finance. So she's really preparing the fight with Emmanuel Macron by siding with the anti-system Moscow leader rather than the mainstream world.
Well, just on that briefly, in terms of what she's had to say, she wants sanctions lifted. She supports Russia's annexation of Crimea. How unusual are those statements, and what does she want out of that?
She said that before, previously, but obviously saying that in front of Vladimir Putin as a different value. She gave the Russians everything they wanted on Crimea and on the sanctions, and that's probably the price to be paid to be received by Vladimir Putin in the Kremlin.
Pierre Husky, the co-founder of news website Rue89.com. Thank you so much for your time.